It's your latest Samsung Galaxy S11 news, and as we get closer to the launch, it's really becoming clear that this year is all about the cameras on these phones. The craziest of the leaks so far is the rumor that the S11 Plus at least will be getting a brand new 108 megapixel camera. Xiaomi have also released a 108 megapixel camera phone, but the sensor on the Galaxy S11 Plus will be different to the one that Xiaomi used. High megapixel cameras have one problem though, and that is the more pixels that you fit onto a small smartphone camera, the smaller those pixels have to be, and so don't perform that well in low light situations. Manufacturers get around this problem by using something called pixel binning and also other technologies to make fewer larger pixels and bump up the low light capabilities. In short, the technology is supposed to give you the best of both worlds. Samsung's tetracell technology, for example, as the name suggests, takes 4 pixels and turns them into 1. So a 48 megapixel image sensor shoots 12 megapixel images as standard, a 64 megapixel turns into 16 megapixels, and a 108 megapixel sensor turns into 27 megapixels, and that's what we get on the Xiaomi Mi Note 10 that uses that sensor. This was also expected to be the way that Samsung used that sensor in the Galaxy S11 Plus. But information from Ice Universe actually shows that Samsung are taking a completely different approach and something we've not seen before in smartphones. Samsung could be turning not 4 pixels into 1, but 9 pixels into 1. Ironically, that once again changes the S11 Plus's main camera sensor into one that shoots 12 megapixel images as standard, the same as we've seen in Galaxy flagship phones for a very long time. So it appears the massive bump in resolution that a lot of people were hoping for, especially when they saw rumors of this camera sensor, isn't quite going to turn out the way people thought it would, but there are a ton of advantages to the way that Samsung is going with this. For a start, of course, there will be a 108 megapixel mode, as we've seen in the code for the One UI 2.0 beta. It's there in the Samsung camera app. Secondly, the camera sensor is brand new and much bigger than what we've seen in previous camera sensors. If Samsung turn 9 pixels into 1 pixel to take these images on this new camera sensor, that means each pixel will be a gigantic 2.4 microns. This is honestly a huge pixel size for a smartphone camera sensor, and would also help the Galaxy S11 shoot incredible images in low light. To put that into perspective, the iPhone 11's camera has pixel sizes of 1.4 microns. Bigger pixels means better low light capabilities, but also an overall improvement in image quality because more light can hit each pixel. The same flurry of tweets shows that the S11 and S11e could be keeping 12 megapixel image sensors, although these will be newer and bigger than what we've seen before. The sensors on those phones could feature pixels as big as 1.8 microns in size. Again, giving some perspective, that would give the S11 and S11e image sensors around about the same size as the main image sensor that we find on the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. So definitely a huge improvement from what we've seen before, but it's still not as big as the camera sensor that Huawei have put under the ultra wide in the Mate 30 Pro. That features a 1/1.55 size image sensor, and it's absolutely gigantic. Of course, it's not just about hardware, software comes into it too, and image processing from the processor, and we'll be getting a new one in the Snapdragon 865. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and everything to do with Samsung and the Galaxy S11 series. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.